Hello guys, in this video we will talk about the National Education Policy 2020 that was released by the government yesterday. We'll go over the important points that it talks about, the background and the feature it contains, and finally give our view on this. So background, this replaces the education policy after 34 years, which is a very long time, and there have been multiple changes in the world and new problems have erupted. So it is very important that this decision was taken. The aim of the policy, the big aims are to make India a global knowledge society, making education multidisciplinary, flexible, and holistic are the broader points. We'll talk about these also later in this video, but this is like the summary of it. The new structure, the traditional 10 plus 2, has been replaced by 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, as you can see in this graphic, it tells that earlier ages like from till 6 years was not much in the purview of the government. It was not much focused, but now that area or that age group has also been identified as very important, and the new age group is believed to be the formative years, so crucial for development. And then the 10 years have been divided, and the 2 years also have been divided. So different layers have been adopted rather than just a two-layer structure. The four layers have been created, and each layer will have its different kind of sort of attack or different kind of interventions based on the age group, which will help in better educational outcomes, especially the early 3 years. So 10, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is 15. So early 3 years, that the 3 years which are coming are the 3 to 6 age group, and those will be much focus of the education policy. We have seen multiple reports that 60% of students are still unable to do basic literacy and numeracy tests. So, based on that, I think there has been much focus on improving it. So, it has been recognized literacy and numeracy as foundation for learning, and universal literacy has been taken as an aim by grade 3 for by 2025. Language learning is emphasized. A good sort of point is the that the curriculum will be taught till fifth grade in mother tongue or the regional language. Sanskrit will be offered for all grades, and several foreign languages will also be offered. So again, focus on the basics of learning, which is language, is very important point. So that has been a very important focus, and also language and culture from very early stage has been embedded in the education structure. Now, talking about the curriculum, as we talked earlier, it is very flexible, multidisciplinary. So, students will have choice to choose the subjects they want in arts and science and commerce. So, they can pick and choose. So, details of this are still awaited, but they are very nice kind of way, because you understand this world is also multidisciplinary. So, there is very much focus that the education should also be multidisciplinary. Another very important step is the vocational training with internship, which is being called experiential learning, learning by doing, not only learning in the classroom, going out, doing internships, and actually learning how the things work in the real world. I think this will be very good step. Again, implementation matters, but this will be a very good step in improving the education of the students. Multiple entry and exit points, so this is the flexibility part of the education. So one example what is written in the policy is that if person can wants to leave school after 1 year, they can leave college, not school, college, and then they can come back. So for any reason, health, economic, or family, any reason you want to discontinue education, you can come back and then do it. So this will also help in reducing the drop off rate. So again, very very good insight. Now, talking about the assessment method, very important in understanding how much student is learning, that is being shifted from summative assessment to regular assessment. What this means is the total how good a student is performing will not be dependent on the exams, but will be a more regular kind of structure. So basically, what the government is trying to do is changing the habit of students to just study before the exams, but they want to make it a daily habit, which is more important. And also for teachers is important that they understand that how good the students are grasping what they are telling. So it's like a feedback mechanism. Also, testing, analysis, critical skills, critical thinking, and clarity will be another main aims. This is also very important points because what one of the big criticism of Indian education system has been the rote learning method. So here there is a shift from rote learning to critical thinking and concept clarity. Final point is the teacher training, which will now be much stressed because uh, there's the new structure. The teachers will also have to adjust, and they have to be motivated and energized by having the very sort of independent recruitment process. Freedom to design curriculum will also empower teachers. And finally, their education, the teachers education becomes very important. And now by 2030, the minimum degree, which is B.Ed, will be of 4 years, which currently is 2 years. Final thoughts, our thoughts on this is, we'll say it's a very positive move for the Indian education system. Good thing was that lot of ground level feedback was taken. 2.5 lakh gram panchayat, 6600 blocks and 676 districts, feedback was taken and seen. Teachers, of course, need to be trained. Very important point here. The teacher training is important. Another step, one thing which I feel got missed is the stress on self learning. The idea that not only a teacher's job it is to teach, but the student's responsibility as well, right? This breaks the dependency of the student on the teacher. Many of time we hear the student saying teacher didn't teach, teacher is not good, teacher is bad. But when the student takes the responsibility, then automatically the education is done. So that point I think might be covered in the teacher training program, but that is also very crucial for education. Last step, we'll say the step by step approach should be taken, because there are a lot of different levers that are being tweaked, that are being improved. A lot of areas of education, sub areas have been improved. We are seeing the method of teaching is improved, the curriculum of teaching is being improved, the subject choice is being improved, teachers are being trained properly. So there are multiple 6 7 areas which are being changed. So we have to be very careful that each is, there should not be too much, and one is taught and then one is implemented and see the details, and then the next one is taken. And finally, the implementation details are still awaited, but as of now it seems like a very positive step towards the improvement of education sector in India. And I wish the educators and all the academia people very well. They should adopt it and then see how this can improve the learning outcomes. Thanks a lot. Any question, please let me know in the comments.